All right. Microphone check. Microphone check. Hey. Therapy without a degree. I believe this is chapter 167. Chapter 167. You guys already know Joe Fucarino is in the studio, in the house. Yeah, and then we also got a very special guest in the building.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah, this is you. We got a very special guest, DJ Fire, yo.
I'm DJ Fire. Hi. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, how are you? I don't know what to say.
Nah, just say what up. Say what up to the people.
Hello, people. Hi.
Yo, she be acting like she's camera shy, and she be doing all these different videos all throughout the week. She does the DJ Fire's Corner, the DJ's Fire like Lounge, everything. Like all these different lives. Like she be on the camera, so I don't know why she's nervous now. Like, fuck out of here. Nah, but all right. So tell me about your day. You said you were in a little bit of traffic.
Yes, there was an accident on Garden State because it started to rain, and people don't know how to drive in the rain. So yeah. And then I got distracted because I saw a bird. That was fun. But yeah, that's why I'm late.
What was the bird up to?
It was like a falcon or an eagle attacking something. I don't know. It was like a mixture of birds. I don't know. It was pretty cool. It was big. It was majestic. That I do know.
Okay. Interesting.
Don't mind me. I have like mild ADD.
Nah, it's all good. I do too, but it's not mild. It's high. It's high. But you know what's kind of funny? I've been learning lately to just do the shit as I think of it. And it's tough, but I've been trying to challenge myself to do that, and it's been helping me a lot.
I need to do that.
Do you like joke, or do you feel like you really do have ADD?
I think I really do, but it's nothing to joke about. So forgive me for saying.
No, it's okay.
It's nothing to joke about, but mild.
Mild. Why do you think so?
Because my attention span is so low. Like I really think I have ADD. I'm dyslexic. And probably like bipolar, like a teeny bit. But something to joke about. That's very serious.
Well, the bipolar thing might, a Leo and Jace. So anyway, nah. But for real, why do you think? Let's get into it. Why do you think you would say that you have a mild ADD? Like, what things can't you focus on, or how do you notice you can't focus on something?
Like with my music, when I first started doing that, it took me like forever and a day to focus on it, and I would just get lazy. But then I would get mad at seeing people's success at it, and I'm like, well, I could do the same thing. But then I wouldn't push myself, to do it. I would just, get tired because I want things done now, like in the instant. I don't want to have to wait or work for it, Like with working out, I hate working out. I hate sweating, and I hate movement. Like I just want to be like in shape. Something ADHD is just probably just laziness or like
I don't think it's laziness. You just want the results now.
Exactly. So it's not really ADHD. It's more just like I'm impatient with things. That's probably the better terminology. Very impatient. I'm working on it though. But
What are you doing to work on it?
I mean, I guess I'm trying to like put myself in other people's shoes or whatever the circumstances. Like everything happens for a reason or in this season. So I'm trying to just go as it comes as it goes type of thing. Instead of like forcing it. Because then it's not organic. Yeah. It doesn't feel like you worked for it. It's just like forced, if that makes sense.
But in that process though, since you're impatient, what do you do to keep yourself calm? Even though, because you believe the process, because a lot of times we could believe the process of something and we could believe how things go, right? But then we also could be like crying inside or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, so what's that process been like? Like, what do you do to try to be like, okay, well, I know this, so I do have to be more patient. Is there things you're doing, whatnot, or what?
I would pray. I actually pray 3-4 times a day in between whatever's frustrating me. Okay. And then I just step away from whatever it is and do something else. Because maybe it's not like the time for me to do it right then and there. Yeah. I can always come back to it when it's like.
Did you always go to prayer, or is that something new?
I mean, I was forced as a kid, with church and all the other stuff. But now it's more like on my own time versus like you have to go to church. It's Sunday. Shut up. So, yeah. And I feel like it works. People say it doesn't work, or people say it's a hoax. But I think.
No, I'm just laughing because the princess is like so in the shot right now.
I think
she's works. Just chilling. So okay, what do you believe in as far as religion? What are your beliefs?
Well, I do believe there's somebody upstairs. I mean,
there's definitely somebody upstairs. They've been making mad noise.
I mean, the other upstairs.
Oh.
I believe there is somebody up there. I don't believe it's a white person, but I believe it's a person of an ethnicity.
Yeah.
You know how they claim Jesus is white with the wool hair, which makes no sense because white people don't have wool hair. It's more of like a ethnic, thick, urban thing.
Yeah.
That's like another topic for another day. I'm not gonna get in trouble. I'm not gonna say anything, but no, I do believe that there is a heaven and a hell.
Okay. So do you believe like it's do you have one specific religion that you go to more through like Christian, Catholic, or what?
Christian.
Okay.
Christianity. But I mean, I went to a Catholic school, like all girl Catholic school, but our religion is Christianity. But I don't like discriminate or don't have a problem with practicing other, religion.
Okay. That's interesting. So do you feel like now as you're getting older, you're expanding a little bit more with the religion?
Yeah, like more open to it. Like my mom is strictly like whatever, but my dad's like, meh. But I'm really open to really different.
Do you tell your mom like, I'm kind of thinking I'm looking outside of just Christian?
Yes, and it's like a 9-hour conversation, so I leave it alone. Trust me, she doesn't like playing with religion. She's not a fan of, LGBTQTPS, whatever the language is, relationships. She's like one of those types. Like she doesn't like tattoos. She thinks she should be born pure and die pure. Piercings. So
what'd you say when she got your tats?
The first one I got was just Lily. It's my grandma on my mom's side. This is my first one. She was cool with it. But then I got all these other ones. And I kid you not, every time I got one, she would make me walk home from the tattoo spot. And when I got my piercings.
You gotta pick a close ass tattoo shop.
No, it was. It was like 20 minutes away. But like every time I did it, I had a nose piercing too and another piercing up here. So my dad doesn't care. He has tattoos. My mom's like, it's a sin.
So you gotta those moments. You gotta be more daddy's girl.
Yeah, a little bit.
You gotta kiss out to daddy real quick, right? That's how you gotta do it. How was that experience going to an all girls school?
I hated it.
How long did you go to all girls school?
All like maybe 3.5 years. Like I went to a public school for the first half of my freshman year, and then the rest was all girl Catholic private school.
Of what, high school?
High school.
Okay. And how was that adjustment? Because you were in middle school, you were in co-ed, right?
Yeah.
Were you pissed? Like, were you angry or like, were you cool with it?
Well, to be honest, because I grew up in Montclair, the suburban area, whatever. But I went to Montclair High School, and Montclair High School sucks. So I wasn't as annoyed going there, but I hated it because it was all girls. And there were nuns, and we had to wear uniforms. And it was a small school. There was like 20 of us who graduated. It's a very small school. So no, I didn't like it. I hated it.
Okay, so one day, if you ever have kids of your own, you wouldn't want to put them in that situation?
No, I'd probably send them off to boarding school.
To boarding school? Yeah. Or would you think at that point, would you do like more homeschooling? Or what are you for? Are you for like homeschooling or are you for actual school?
I think school and some hybrid. Because that's how I learned through college. I did both.
Okay. You see, hybrid, that's when that ADD kicked in for me. And I was not doing that shit at home. Really? I was not. I don't know why. Like,
trying to focus is
at that point, I had a lot going on. I lived with an ex. I lived, I had my stepdaughter. Had a lot of things going on. And I was just not focused. I don't know why. I just couldn't focus on it. So maybe now I would be different, but I don't know. It was tough. I actually had to do the in-person type of things.
Would you go back now, do you think?
No.
Everybody says it when I ask. Like, no, never.
No, I would never go back. I mean, I had a great time in college. Don't get me wrong. I had a fun time. I met a lot of people, did a lot of networking, but I also worked my ass off.
Yeah.
I took full credits, and I also had a full-time job at the same time.
Those credits are a bitch.
Yeah, and I actually always had extra credit because I would actually make them let me do more credits than I was supposed to. So the max was like 15 credits a semester, but I would make them
like 18.
Yeah, 18, 19. I was that guy.
You were that guy. Oh, okay. Yeah, I did the minimum.
While working 6 days a week.
See.
But I worked in the college.
What did you do?
I worked for the catering company.
Cool.
It was a separate company, thank God, because if you work for the college itself, they limit you for like 30 hours a week or whatnot. But I worked for the separate union that handled all the food. So I was, cool. I worked with like the Dunkin' Donuts, the pizzeria, upstairs, the catering, all that type of stuff.
So you were doing stuff in college. I was just in college.
Oh, nah. You know me, yo. I grind. Like I've always been doing something. But thank God, my classes weren't really crazy hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I took restaurant management and I already worked in the field. So a lot of it I kind of knew already. And it was very simple shit for me. There was some hard classes. I challenged myself towards the end and I took chemistry.
I had to do that too. I hated it.
I loved it actually.
I can't stand
it was the hardest class I ever took in my life, but it was also the class that I studied the most in my whole life. Like I actually made like study groups with kids and shit.
One of those
yeah.
I needed you in my college life.
No, but I never did that for any of the other classes.
It's just chemistry.
It was just chem because I knew it would be a challenge, and I wanted to challenge myself with it because I didn't like biology. I didn't like all the other sciences.
I love biology and geometry. That was it.
I love geometry,
nothing else.
but not bio. Bio was boring as fuck to me. Yeah, very, very boring, and
especially
I don't know.
You had to cut the frogs and the other pigs and stuff. No.
Okay. I don't know. Maybe a lot of people like that shit. I did not like that shit. I was like, yo, I'm going to chemistry. I want to learn how to like blow some shit up or like just like have fun. Just with like chemistry, I don't know, is more fun, I guess. But it was cool. Actually, I ended up getting an A.
I just got C's and I was fine with it. I was one of those students. I got a C. Okay, I'm good.
What's up?
I said I got a C. Okay, I'm good. I can go to the next class.
Yeah, word. As long as you just pass. No, but that was like the only class I ever got like, practically an A in.
Yeah,
was chem because I put that much effort in it, and it kind of teaches you that okay, like if you really put in this much effort, you really can.
Shows off.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Aww.
When did you graduate Montclair?
2018.
Okay.
And 17, I graduated Berkeley.
And what classes did you take?
Which one? Where?
Both.
They were all fashion.
Okay.
Fashion classes, management, marketing, business, retail management, economics. I had to do chemistry just to have it. A gym class. What else? Oh, and a design class. That was fun.
So what made you want to do that at that time?
Fashion. Oh, that was my degree. I always thought I would be like a perfect stylist because I was interested in plus size clothing. So I wanted to be a stylist for the plus size models because I always feel like they get the least end of the stick shopping.
Yo, word for males too, yo.
I agree.
It's hard out here, yo.
You never find the clothes that fit because I was plus size once. I know what it's like to shop and you can't find anything.
Never.
Or if you do, it's like 3 items and they're all small. So I wanted to do something with that. So I wanted to be a fashion.
Or they
stylist.
just look like retarded.
Like
there's some clothes, yeah, just like nah, man. Like even shirts as for like a big guy, sometimes like they just be wide, but then they're short. And it's like, man, like you just can't get it right. Like, come on, there's a lot of big people out here. Like you can't figure it out. So that's cool. But like what you think got you to want to do that? Because at the end of the day, what we're going to get into is you love music.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So what started that? Was it just because you were having struggle finding good clothes and whatnot and you were like, fuck it, I want to be the change?
No, actually, it started when I was 5 and I would play with Barbie dolls. And I would redress them. I would style their hair. I would cut their hair and style them up. I had every Barbie doll you can think of. So it started then. And then I realized, no, this is kind of fun. I like styling. Then I got into fashion, magazine, Vogue, Rent the Runway, going to fashion shows, which I did at Berkeley. We were able to go one in New York City. So it really started when I was like 5. I thought it was pretty cool. And I would draw and sketch. That's really started.
Now, do you still want to do that at all?
It kind of fell off when I graduated college. It kind of really wasn't interesting to me anymore.
Why?
The music thing kind of just popped out of nowhere all over again.
But do you feel like that's just because you just got bored with it? Or what? Or like, do you feel like you maybe would find that love again for it in the future maybe or no?
Maybe. But I graduated and I'm not even working in my field. So I got pissed that I spent all this money and I'm not even really working in it, you know?
But would you enjoy it though? Like if you were to look for a job like that into that industry? Or if you were to create your own business?
Probably the second thing, create my own business.
Okay.
Because I hate retail, but I work in retail. But I don't want to work in the office because I hate wearing that monkey suit. So I need like a middle ground. And I haven't found that yet with that area.
Maybe create your own business, yo. You know what I'm saying? Have DJs in there and they're in the store. You know what I'm saying? Having music vibes. Having like a music and fashion store.
No, that's cool. That's something different.
See, we'll talk about that off air. I gotta stop giving my ideas. You know what I'm saying? I gotta stop. But okay, so where did like music come into play? Because you don't really see that many female DJs and producers and stuff. So where did that come into play out of all this?
It's gonna sound like cliche. My dad.
It's not cliche.
He went to Rutgers and he would DJ there and all over. So he would have the turntables, which he still has, the reel to reels and stuff like that. So he would DJ, and I would watch him DJing in our garage for like years, and I thought it was so cool. I love the vinyls, I love the records, and that crackling sound. But since he started doing it, I just kind of fell in love with it. I love house music. I feel like that's like not the easiest, but like you can't go wrong with playing that. And I don't know, something about being on that stage or wherever you are and all the lights are on you and you're like creating, this experience for your listeners. It's just something you can't really explain unless you're in it. You know what I'm saying? So I just always love music.
Okay, so you saw your dad doing it for a while. What age do you feel like you were like, wow, okay, like actually I want to try this? I want to do this.
Like 11. But
okay.
I didn't really do anything with it till I was like 16. Then I stopped again. And then like 18, 19.
Why'd you stop?
It's just, I didn't think I could do it. I didn't really think I had like the it factor. I just kind of just gave up on it, which ties into me being, impatient with things. Because I'm like, I want it now. I want to know how to do this now. So I'm like, forget it. I'll just come back to it later.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Now, what made you get back into it?
I think maybe like 6 months before COVID started, and I was working at this job that I hated. I wanted to kill myself.
That's not good.
And that sounds bad, but it's the truth. And I'm like, I need to be doing something that makes me not want to cry every morning. So let me start doing music again. So I start listening to music, listening to records, listening to different kinds of music, bought the controller, which is not cheap, and just really started working on my craft. Because you got to work on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not born with it. It would be nice, but you got to work on it.
What job was that that you didn't like that bad?
It's retail. Like I just never liked retail, like in the mall type retail.
Okay. How long were you in it though? Like, how long were you doing it until you had that retail feeling? Yeah.
Like a year and some change. And some change. Because I moved through different jobs, but it was all in the same, mall.
Yeah, you can't go back to a job like that if you hate it that much.
That's what I'm saying. It felt like it was more work than necessary, if that made sense.
Like what? Explain.
Like it was draining, because I was a sales associate at Tory. I love that. I love that job. That's not the job I'm talking about. But then I felt like I wasn't moving higher. I felt like I was going lower. And the pay was not... For retail, the pay is so bad. And I was part-time. They had no full-time jobs, so you get no benefits, and it was just like a lot.
Yeah.
Like if I don't really love it, why am I killing myself to work part-time when I could be doing something more rewarding, if that makes sense? Nah,
I think that happened so you could actually now take your, like, I feel like life gives us like a preview of the things that we should be doing. True. And then it's kind of up to us to see if we're going to do that or not. So, like you had a preview of the stuff, of the music with your dad and everything, and then you even trying it out, and even the fashion. It gave you previews of options of things you could do in the future. And then it has to get you to that point of that breaking point.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I did.
Exactly. Like you said, if you felt that way about going to that job, that was that breaking point. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, okay, well now it's up to you. We're going to, life's going to break you. But now what are you going to do with it?
Very true. It's very true. Wise. See, he's so wise.
Wise. I'm just saying, like, what are you going to do with it now? That's the point. A lot of people go through that process and they break and they feel like they want to fucking kill themselves when they go to that job and shit. But some people will just eat it up and just keep going to work.
But that's miserable.
Exactly.
I don't want to be that. I'm already like have issues. I don't want to be like extra bitter. If that makes sense.
What do you think motivated you to say, okay, you know what? I can do this like music thing full time. And I do other creative ventures, which we're going to get into in a few. What do you think was like that piece of like...
The breaking point, so to speak.
Yeah, or like that point of spark. That spark of saying, Princess is like, I don't do you want to get down? You want to stay? You've been chilling for a minute. She left us.
Bye-bye.
She can go take a nap somewhere. But yeah, what do you think really, really motivated you to make that decision? To say, you know what, fuck it. Do you think COVID and everything like that was kind of a good excuse that it kind of gave you to like, it kind of forced you into it, do you think? Or do you think you already would have went that route without it?
In a way, it's mostly my mom, to be honest, because she's not working at the moment, and
all right, we are back. Little technical difficulties over here, but yeah. So you said okay. You think it really had to do with your mom?
yeah. So she's not working for like 5 years now. Sorry, mom, I'm putting your business out there. I love you, but so she's not working. So seeing her struggle for like this amount of time with bills and stress and life just kind of was, I guess sounds silly, eating at my soul. So I'm like, maybe I wanted to do something that I know I have, that I know I'm good at. And I feel like it sounds like a pipe dream, but like if I got good enough to make enough money, I would like give it all to her, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So COVID just kind of whatever, but it was before COVID. That was always the thing in the back of my mind. Cause she has a lot of dreams and stuff too, but she can't, cause money hinders you when you can't really do stuff. So I'm just trying to like give her a part of my dream, if that makes sense.
Okay,
because she loves music too. We all love music. It's a house full of music.
It's all music vibes.
Yeah, because she's a '70s baby, so she loves Motown and all that other stuff too.
What's your favorite genre?
Probably the '80s. I like the '80s. I love grunge. I love Kurt Cobain. Who else? It was a little bit late, but like Woodstock kind of fell into the '80s. Okay. NWA, obviously. Yeah. I do love '90s. 90s R&B, hip hop, like real music. Not the music that's out today. I mean, some of the music today is a little bit questioning. There are some talents. I don't want to say trash because that sounds bad, but
I love this trash.
It's questioning.
This is trash.
But there are some real talents out there, so I'm not going to knock that. But like the real music, we can understand what they're saying, and not always just talking about sex and drugs. Like that gets tiring after a while.
Yeah, of course.
Like real music, like story music, if that makes sense. Like painting a picture, painting a story.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. That's my type of music as well too. Like actually some like real, I mean, I'm not really into too much of the older stuff. Some of the older stuff I like, I enjoy, but I love like late 90s, early 2000s hip hop.
Definitely 2000s. With the big t-shirts and Dipset and all that.
Yeah. Well, even like that, I mean, I like more like the very lyrical, like 50, Eminem and Slaughterhouse, Joe Budden, all them type of people.
Loves Joe Budden.
Yeah, I'm a big Joe Budden fan. Also 90s and 2000s R&B.
Can't go wrong with that.
I'm a big R&B head. I always love it. Everyone, I'll be jamming. Everyone thinks I'm either in love or in a bad breakup, and it's just like, no, I'm just jamming. I'm just saying.
It's funny.
But. Nah, so that's really good. That's really, really super powerful that now you see the mission and you see the things that you want to do. And you just started getting back into music recently. I didn't know it was that recent.
I know people think I'm so talented. I'm just here. But it is recent. Like when I really focus on it, like it's been there, but like putting the time, energy, money. It's recent.
Yeah, you got to invest in yourself.
Yeah, so it's expensive music. My dad always said since the beginning. It's very expensive. Yeah,
anything in like the media world, anything that has to do with music, radio, is expensive.
Especially when you're buying your own too. Nobody's helping you.
No.
I mean, in a way, you have to pay somebody. I don't want to pay you. You pay me. No,
yeah, it's expensive out here. Even me, I gotta buy all this every week. I feel like I'm buying new equipment. Like I need to go to Micro Center right now for a couple things.
See,
it's just too much. It's just one thing after another. What is buzzing? Oh, that is this. Oh, there we go. Saves all the little small details. But that's good. So right now you've been dropping a lot of music.
I know. It's fun. I love doing it. I haven't gotten paid yet, which is cool. Like I can do music for like 20 years and not get paid. It's just the passion. You gotta have a passion about something.
But you are gonna start charging artists too.
Well, not even just that. Like getting paid or making money off of it. It's not really like my mission. It's really just about the music at the end of the day. For me, at least. I mean, that sounds like cliche, but it truly is.
Do you feel like it's like your therapy? Like
therapy, yeah.
Nah, I mean it's kind of fun. But like for real, do you feel like that's like a type of your therapy? Like when you make up music and stuff like that, do you feel like almost complete kind of in a way?
Yeah, like I'm not such a fuck up. I feel like
You're not a fuck up at all.
You're sweet, but I am. But no, yeah, it feels like I'm doing something right for some time. That makes sense.
Okay. And you usually when you're done, working on it, you kind of, like you said, you feel like a complete. In the process of making it, it probably takes a while. But how long does it take to make like one song?
In the beginning, like with my first music, I didn't know what I was doing. Clearly, you can hear it. But so that took me like days, literally days. But now, if I do like a track, like 3 minutes or so, like 3 hours. Something like that. Okay. But it depends on what they're asking and the vibe, you know what I'm saying?
I definitely can tell that you like techno and you like house type of music because that's definitely filtered through your tracks. You know what I'm saying? Like it's definitely house, techno, Jersey Shore type of vibes. Like that's how I vision it. You know what I'm saying? I vision it like those type of clubs.
Well, I don't know about Jersey Shore because I hate that show. If you like that show, I'm sorry. But I hate that show. I'm more trying to get it to like the house, techno, but like Tomorrowland, Coachella type. That's what I'm trying to get to. Okay. And that's where I want to perform in some time because Tomorrowland is amazing. If you don't know about that.
I don't.
Great. All these artists, they usually have about like 10 top DJ artists, male, female group, whatever. And it's usually in Europe, anywhere in Europe. It's a different town, different city each year. And it's over 3 days. And they play for like maybe an hour. And it's like broadcasted across the whole world. Tomorrowland, you can look it up. It's like Coachella, but like for the music.
Okay. I'm going to have to say, I don't even know I never even paid attention to see what Coachella was.
I heard about it. But this is not like, they don't do like drugs and act crazy. They just vibing out to music and stuff like that.
You never know. You never know. And also, you've been writing.
Yeah, here and there.
Here and there. You wrote a full book.
Here and there.
Don't let her play you. Don't let her play you. She wrote a full book in a matter of 4 months.
It's nothing really.
It's nothing really?
No. But I enjoyed it. I did.
Now, don't downplay yourself, yo. Talk your shit. What's the name of the book?
Okay. Well, okay. So technically, it's not supposed to be this big. This looks like a notebook, but it's okay. But it's called Tajiri, which is my middle name. It's Swahili, and it means one who's destined to be wealthy. True shit. I didn't make it up. You can look it up. But I don't want to explain it too much because I want people to read it. But basically, it's really... So, like, it's called Tajiri, a conversation on the truth. And I don't mean the truth they taught you in history class. So it's basically about living in America as African-American or Afro-American, living through, racism, police, politics, systematic racism, and our ancestors all tied into one. So basically throughout the book, I kind of go through like the beginning to like the end, if that makes sense. Essentially, you're supposed to, but like beginning of like our ancestors to all the way up to when the Orange Man was in office. So it goes, dabble into all that, different topics and stuff like that.
Now that had to be therapy writing that.
It was. I was very angry writing a couple of chapters. I'll admit, I kind of go off. So if you read it and I offend you, I'm sorry. That's not the point. It's just to get some truth.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I kind of go a little ham on some chapters. You can kind of tell by the language.
Nah, it's all good. You got to do what you got to do, yo. You know what I'm saying? There's some not shit ain't people out here. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone ain't shit, but there are definitely some. So
a few.
You gotta let them know. But that's good. And it took you what, 4 months, right?
Yeah, 4 months. 4 months.
Did you have how long did you have the idea for that book?
Probably since I was like 8. Originally, it was going to be a book about Addie Walker. She was the first American girl doll I got when I was like 6 from my dad. Those dolls where you get the different dolls. My dad got it for me, the first black one. And I read her story, and I was so upset because they didn't make a movie out of her, and they made a movie out of everybody else. And I was really upset about that. So I was going to make a book about her and tying that into racism and stuff like that. I was very bitter when I was younger. Like, it's going to sound bad. I did not like white people when I was young. That sounds so bad, but I didn't.
You thought they were all the same?
In a way, I just was like, y'all suck. But I kind of grew out of that a little bit.
Yeah, word.
I had a lot of anger with that growing up, especially living in Montclair, and that town is very racist.
No, but that's good that you grew out of that and you were able to see that not everyone is like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That was a process.
There are some good people somewhere.
No, of course. So. How long did it take you to realize that, you think?
Which one?
That like not all like white people are the same.
Probably when I got to middle school, because I went to very diverse middle school. We had all different backgrounds. So, and living in Montclair, I guess it does that to you. I guess it's the point of Montclair. So I kind of like started not being so angry with that. And then when I got to high school with the all girl, because I was like it was like 2 black girls in the school. Everybody else was like white or mixed or something like that.
Yeah.
So I kind of grew out of it. I mean, Montclair it's okay. It's an okay town. I'll say that.
Yeah. But no, I guess at first, you just start thinking everyone's that one way.
Yeah.
If you're surrounded around a bunch of ignorant ass people, you're assuming that they're all like that.
Very true. I mean, I wasn't taught that like most people are, but it just like not at all. It just came from me and my experience. My parents didn't, teach me that. They want to love everybody and all that other stuff.
Yeah. Nah, but it was the vibes or the way you felt like that you were treated or, your people were treated. So you were assuming that everyone was like that.
Yeah. And clearly, it hasn't changed since I was 8. So, and actually I started writing this maybe 2 days after George Floyd was murdered. So May 27th. Yeah. 2020.
Word, yo, that's powerful. But definitely everyone got to read the book. Check it out. You know what I'm saying? So
it's not that long, I promise. It's not too long.
It's a pretty decent size.
I mean, like the pages. I don't think you'll get bored if you like audiobooks or ebooks. So it is ebook and regular book. So.
And then maybe she'll have an audiobook soon.
I'm thinking about it. You said I had the voice for it. I guess I do.
Yeah.
I can make my voice all sexy, I guess.
Hey. Pause. End this podcast now.
No, it was an experience that I think everybody should have with something in their life that they love to do. The funny thing is, I hated reading in school. I hated writing. I hated reading.
You hated writing?
Yeah, I hated writing. I hated reading history books, like literally reading. But now I'm just like, oh, I guess I like it. I guess.
Yeah, I've never been a history fan.
No, especially not the real history. That's really what this is about too.
Yeah, it's the actual real history. Nah, history always bored me.
Mm-hmm.
It was just always like, no, it's like, no.
Especially how they taught in my school the Civil War and American history and World War II and everything about my ancestors are crammed in the back of the book. It was just frustrating too.
Yeah, there's a lot of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Word, but that's powerful to admit, and they can find it on Amazon, right?
Yes, and Google Play too, or Google Books, whatever it's called.
Google Books?
Yeah, it's Google Books.
All right, talk your shit.
I'm just a person. I just make music and I write. That's it.
What else do you enjoy to do if it wasn't beyond those 2 things? Because, like I said, I guess between making the music is it could be your therapy as well as writing. What other things do you feel like kind of gets you into your place to where you feel like it's your time?
Poetry. I love poetry. I've always loved writing it, not having to rhyme all the time. I think that's so boring.
Yeah.
Just creating whatever you want to talk about. Like I have a journal full of just poems. Have people heard it? No, but I just have,
Why not?
Because I'm painfully shy. Like if I do like a spoken word or open mic thing, I would just be standing there like a blob. I really would. Like,
I don't think so.
I really would.
You're doing this podcast right now and mad people are going to be watching this.
But it's different. It's different. That's just me. Like I always wanted to be a singer too, but I'm so shy. Like singing like at home or with my family, whatever, is different. But like actually singing or something like that, you could try it. I tried it. Say I did it. Like the song that dropped today, I rapped.
Hey.
I tried rapping on it. It sounds crazy. Don't judge me. But at least I say I tried it. It was fun doing it. I will say.
You just got to do shit sometimes, yo.
It took me 3 hours to record it because I kept laughing. I was so goofy. I was like, I think I'm too funny to be a rapper. I feel like everybody's so serious when they're rapping. So
you can make some goofy raps.
I really was laughing. It was I don't know. I'm like, I'll make music. But I said I did it, So, but yeah, poetry, writing poetry, meditating, that usually helps centers me. I did write a song when I was in the 3rd grade at a talent show, right on the spot.
Oh, shit.
I played the guitar. I don't even know how to read music. I just played something and I won a talent show. Don't ask me to play it again. But
why not? You don't have it on deck?
No, I just made it up. I mean, I've always wanted to play the guitar and the piano, but I usually just play by ear because I can't read music, So I just play the piano or the drums. It's my go-to.
You have to see you play the guitar.
It's fun. I do have one at home. It's just sitting there.
Why don't you play it? Go on live.
I need to pick it up and just play you something random.
That's it. She's gonna go on live tonight and play the guitar. All right, guys.
Play something random.
You heard it here first. For real, yo. What are the stuff you got going on? Any future plans?
With like the music?
Anything.
Well, I have been thinking of writing another book.
Okay.
Don't know what about yet, but that is on the horizon. I do have something with the election coming up. My mom's friend, she works for the Joe Biden Foundation, and they're looking for a female DJ to do one of his, I guess, vote events September 4th. So I'll be doing that, a live set.
Oh, shit.
Where I don't have all the info yet. She's going to send it to me in a couple days, but then once I have the flyer, because she's filling it out, I'll send it to you and post it. Like that. It's like 30 minutes.
Okay.
September 4th. So, yeah.
That's what's up.
So I got to put a set together, so that would be fun.
That'd be cool. That'd be good shit. But all right, Joe. That was fun. You kicked it. Therapy without a degree, and you got your shirt.
Yes, I got my shirt that I got to wear next time. I love it, and it's black. I love black shirts.
There we go. Looking official. I'm with it. But yeah, so at the end of the show, we usually just have everyone just shout out something that you think is dope, something you think is slept on, not many people know about.
Like anything, or like something about like me?
Nah, it could be anything. Anything that you think is slept on. Maybe a restaurant you went to, a show you watched, something you use, anything. Anything that you think is slept on that not many people know about.
Oh, in my opinion, I mean, it's talked about a lot, but I think emotional abuse is slept on. Like, people don't, in my opinion, don't take it too seriously. Like, they think that the female may be like overreacting or being like a girl or on her period, which I hate that saying. And I think that needs to be addressed because certain circumstances can lead to tragedy. So I think that issue or topic, needs to be looked at with the, a wider scope than
like what? Talk about it.
Like, the famous guideline is, oh, you're on your period or you're being dramatic. I don't think they're being dramatic. I think they're just feeling a certain way, and they have these emotions for a reason, either brought by you or other issues or whatever. So I think instead of boxing it as you're being extra and dismissing it, which leads to more problems down the line, I think people should sit down, and have, open communication. Because that usually, really, when you talk about it, it usually either boils down to something big or something not even that serious, So I think communication at the end of the day really is key when it comes to stuff like that in any kind of relationship. Yeah,
no, that's true. And actually, we talked about that recently on a podcast, but we were talking about it more kind of like with males and stuff. How like some people will tell males to like man up or being too sensitive and shit like that. It's like you're dismissing how they feel. Yeah, it goes both ways. Yeah. Right. So what do you feel then if the person's doing it? How should the other person kind of communicate to them?
Probably not as an attack, like what you're saying isn't valid. More so like, let me try to understand what you're saying, or let me put myself in your shoes, because in reverse, how would I want to be treated? Yeah. That's what I like doing. I like playing the reverse game. Everybody likes games. So if I was in your shoes and we were having this conversation, would you want me coming at your neck crazy or listening? You know what I'm saying? So it really depends on like the vibe you get from the person, or if there's a communication problem, because there usually is. So
you're saying usually there is?
There is. Nobody likes to talk when it comes down to certain things, but I feel like if you just talk it out, it can really solve headaches, time, energy. Those are three things I don't like wasting. So
time. What is it?
Time, energy, and having headaches. I don't like any of those three things. Because time is precious. My energy is always low because I'm always tired. I'm always doing something, so I don't need it wasted, and I don't want to have
you got to get that energy up.
That's what I'm saying. So you need the positive feedback, energy, vibes, whatever. You don't want to always have to explain yourself with every situation unnecessarily, when communication can just solve it or dilute it,
Just keep it real. I'm with that. I like that. We'll get into that more on the podcast too as well, and we got to have you back.
Yes, and I'm going to wear my shirt and probably some makeup. Yeah.
Shaking my head.
But no, definitely.
Girls in the makeup.
Nah, but my makeup consists of just eyelash. That's it. And Vaseline. I don't really wear makeup like most females. Okay. Because that kills your skin. They want to have open pores and, clean face, but you're covering your makeup. How does that work?
I don't know. It is very confusing. I still don't get it myself. Look, Princess over there knocked out.
Chilling.
Nap time. But yeah, I'm just gonna give a shout out to for our event. Our event is
I would be there too. Yes.
Yes, September 5th. September 5th, it's going to be in Lodi at the Little League. Bring a lawn chair, bring a blanket, come out, kick it. We're going to have some comedians. We're going to be doing a live podcast. We're going to have some music performers.
So it's outside, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It's outside. It has a cash bar inside. We're going to have a DJ there. It's going to be
Not
dope.
me, but it's okay.
Nah, next time, girl. Next time. We got DJ Mikey Fresh.
Oh, okay.
He's been our DJ for a while.
I know you were telling me.
Yeah, he's been our DJ for a long time. And then you never know. Maybe we get DJ Fire and Mikey Fresh in our next event.
See?
You never know.
You never know.
You never know. Double the DJs. Other than that, you guys, also, you know that you can get a free audiobook with our code, audibletrial.com/therapywithoutadegree. All right, so go get your free book. The book I'm listening to right now is The End to Upside Down Thinking by Mark Gober. It's really, really good. It talks about consciousness, about the mind, and kind of like the soul, and how, materialism is kind of like bullshit, and that we all come from unconscious. It's really, really interesting stuff. Talks about precognition, talks about predicting things, all that type of stuff. So if you want to check it out, you can get it for free and a free month subscription to Audible. So audibletrial.com/therapywithoutadegree.
See, he has all this stuff. I just make music. I'm just here. Oh, and he created my website. You can tell him about that.
Oh, yes, we did. Yes, I did. Tell him about the site.
Me, you created it. I'm just here. But no, the site is my name, Alana, 2 N's dot Crossley. Right? I'm saying that right? That's what I've been telling people. And it has my book on it. It has my music on it and a quote that I didn't even know I wrote. You said I wrote that quote. I don't even remember writing that, but it's on there. I really forgot about that quote.
That's so funny.
And what else is on there? Clothes, right? Sweatshirt and a t-shirt, right?
Yeah,
okay. Merch. Yes, all that stuff. Don't mind me. See, he's a creative mind. I'm just here. So
that's lies. She's out here writing books, doing songs, everything. She's a creative as well. Don't play yourself. For real, don't play yourself. I hate when creatives do that shit. Like fucking you out here moving and making magic, yo.
I appreciate that. I try.
For real, don't dismiss yourself.
I try.
But all right, people, it's been another episode.
Woot.
Zane was not here because we kind of recorded this on a day that we normally don't record. DJ Fire was in the area. We had to snatch her up real quick and do a podcast, you know what I'm saying? Before she becomes like a really popping famous author. I got my signature.
Yes.
Got my signature.
Oh, goodness.
And yeah, guys, it's been real. Therapy without a degree. We out. Peace.